Alright guys, this is what I got today. These are parts of a burl that I got. I used the same burl in the blue and pearl piece that I made. I'll put a link to that video up in the corner. Anyway, we're going to put this together like this in this bucket. And we're going to glue it in place. And I'm planning on putting it in like that because this is tapered down a little bit, and I would like those top pieces to kind of meet a little bit because I'm sure I'm going to have some kind of vase. That's where I'm at on that. Make sure there's a little bit of wood on the top anyway. And then I think I'm going to use the Maui today. Let me show you kind of what that looks like. And I'm also going to use a deep pour. See what that looks like. Alright. Be okay. Maybe a smidge too much. Let's get going on her and spin her up. See if there's some pretty burl underneath this. See what we got going. I'm going to have the lathe spinning at about 750. And get masked up and we'll get going. Alright, let's see what we got going. Oh, quite a bit of more epoxy. Ooh, you're kind of punky in there, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Quite a bit more to get rid of. Like to get rid of this. Want it to kind of just follow the shape of the wood. So I got some little ways to go. Still not round. Might get my bowl gouge out. Might move some things along. It might also tear out some epoxy, so we'll see. It's starting to get into the wood up here. Yeah. Alright, let's just keep at it. Ooh. Well, 2. Ugh. Still ways to go there. Got some ghosting there. Gotta get rid of that. I think that's part of the wood. Well, what do you want from me? You gotta be like that, huh? Why you gotta be like that? Yeah, I mean, that's the way I want it. I think I want that. Because this is the edge of that burl. So I'm gonna have to just go even smaller. I'm gonna have a little bitty vase. Little bitty. Eek. Got a few little holes here, huh? That's weird. Alright. Back at it. Well, this wood's pretty soft too. Back at it. Yep. Good gravy. Good. Oh! I'm gonna guess that's what I've been fighting with. Why it's been a little grouchy right in through there. Oh, man. Man. Oh, man. What are you doing there? All right. I guess yay. Okay, I have to get it. Oh, sorry guys. Don't mean to hit you on top of it. Okay. I just gotta keep going. Thing is that's gonna fight me. Still have that little crack right there. Gotta get something in that. It's just here, and if I go, wasn't planning on going full. I just work on that. Yikes! I didn't want it shaped like that. I don't know why you're being that way. Still need to bring you down some. All right. is going on? Finally get rid of this. But look around here. What is going on? Man, I'm getting ready to have a big old fit. Alright, well, crud. So much for thermal cracking with a deep pour. I guess. Alright. I'm going to put some sanding sealer on her because she's just, that wood is just not wanting to cut up. I'm going to put some CA glue in that, CA glue in that, CA glue in that, and holy shnikes, I am not happy about that. Right in the middle of my friggin' wood. Alright, I better turn the cameras off before I get grouchy about it. Okay, I'm done having a fit. Gonna try to not say bad words now. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some sanding sealer, just some water-based sanding sealer. Let it soak down in there. This I'm gonna work on tomorrow. Put maybe some CA glue in some of these spots, but I really need to wait. This, I'm gonna mix some epoxy. Put a hot glue dam around her. Mix some epoxy and see if it'll go down in there. I don't want to take her off the lathe and put her in the pressure pot again because I could get her uncentered and all that business, and then we'd end up with nothing but a little bitty. We've been down that road before. Alright, I got some mixed up. But, you know, of course I was in a big hurry, so I'm gonna let it relax down. Try to knock some of those air bubbles out. Way more than what I need, unfortunately. But it's a 2-to-1 mix, so I did not have a little measuring device to make. This is the smallest amount that I have for I'm just gonna do. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I'm gonna pour it everywhere. Get up on there. I do have a little backup plan. We'll pour it, some of it into this, and have other little things that I do with my epoxy when I have too much. Alright, it's been about 12 hours since I did the epoxy. I'm going to put some denature alcohol around this hot glue here. See if I can get it popped up and out of the way. So I'm not messing with turning it, because that just makes a mess. What you want to do. gonna just have that little streak across there. I don't think there's anything that I can do about it. Oh, I wish you would quit grabbing onto my hard hat. I mean my... Ew. Let me get out of this mask. Alright, so you'll be able to see it, but that crack is filled. And it's just something that happens whenever you're gonna, oh no, a little chip out there. I'm gonna have to put just some some CA glue in that. I just don't think there's anything. Wow. When did you decide to be all bad like that? Alright, so I'm going to put some CA glue in here. Hopefully it'll be will look okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and get a tenon on her. Start out with this guy. I got just too much of a bounce. Wet sand, I think we'll go from 320 up to 2,000. I like to be able to wet sand the inside of it, but I just don't think I can get my fingers in there. Alright. So we're gonna try some new. We're gonna try some new finish. It's Doctor's Wood Shop Pens Plus. I seen another wood turner use it, and I felt like it did a nice finish. So we're gonna give it a try, and hopefully put it on right. Oh, I'm nervous. Nervous ninny. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm putting on enough. I'm just kind of dripping it. Trying to get it covered well. I did say something about several coats of it. That it doesn't take long to... Whoa, slow down. Crazy lady. Yeah, that didn't look so good. I think I got too much of it. Too much of it. Let me put it... Let me get a dry paper towel. I don't know if it takes less with the epoxy or probably got way too much. Yeah. So far, I'm not necessarily liking what I'm seeing. Maybe I got too much. Maybe. Maybe. Do. Did okay on the wood, but I'm not seeing a good on the epoxy. I'm just seeing too many streaks in that to be comfortable with it. It's supposed to dry fairly quick, but I'm not seeing that it's drying either. It says you can put coats after it takes 4 or 5 coats, but it's just looking too streaky, so I will just put on my sanding paste and we'll see how it wants to be. I ruined the whole dang piece. Since I put the friction polish on there, we're just gonna go straight into the microfine. And I actually wet sanded her up to like I don't remember, 25,000 grit. All right. No. How can you be down? Don't be beeping at me. Okay, we got her off the lathe. Still have a little bitty pinhole in the bottom of it. I wasn't confident enough to go ahead and pull the tailstock away, but basically there was nothing holding it. With those long nose jaws, and I didn't have much here to hang on to. Yeah, I didn't really want it to go onto the floor at this late stage, but here we go. This is Burl. It's got some beautiful chatoyance in it, and I don't know if it shows up real good for you guys, but it is. My lighting is not super good down here. Still a little bit dusty. And we use the Maui Blue on her. This is one of my favorite colors. It doesn't, you don't see, you guys, I'm hoping it shows all the swirling and different kind of going from light to dark blues. Epoxy turned out really well. Of course, I've had that little spot, which, you know, did pretty good. I mean, you can, if you know it's there and you really look for it, you can kind of see it. And then I filled those little spots with epoxy and had those little cracks there, but they just weren't much of anything, and I filled those with epoxy too. Yeah, you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that the light blue veining that runs through it. That's kind of cool. I don't really have any on this side of the burl, but there must have been enough of a crack running up there that epoxy found its way in. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting little feature. I had a kind of a shape in mind, and of course this isn't it. I had really wanted, I should have left it domed up a little more, I think, but I kept having to turn it away, trying to get rid of some of that epoxy that was ghosting, what I call ghosting. So it's just, you can kind of see the wood underneath it. I'd rather see, you know, the wood. So yeah, maybe, and I really had intended on using the tenon to add some height to her, but my tenon, and I left this too big. I was a little concerned with the jaws, making sure I had enough of a space here. So I really should have brought this down a little bit more. I think it might have looked better. It doesn't look terrible, but she does kind of look short and stocky. But yeah, like I said, if I would have maybe left that domed a little more, but I did have a few little problems up here that I probably just kept turning and turning and turning and turning. But yeah, was able to hollow in pretty good, pretty far. I did leave the bottom a lot narrower because you know, if you're going to put some kind of flowers in here, even with fake flowers, you know, if you have your bottom too big, it kind of makes your flowers not set right. So I'm hoping that will kind of help with that. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. You know, was pretty excited to get my hands on some burl and being able to turn some of it. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like how it turned out. I'm somewhat happy with it. And yeah, So have a great weekend. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Share. Leave me a comment. Subscribe. That'll help my channel grow. Get more people out there to see me. And yeah. Thanks for watching.